I have my top 5.
Okay.
My
Nice.
5th favorite is Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
And I will do one more line from that.
And this here's our pride and joy. Snot.
Pretty name, Ed.
Yeah, we named him that because he's got the sinus condition. Snot, you roll over and let Uncle Clark scratch your belly.
Cousin Eddie, bless his heart. That's my 5. I assume Christmas Vacation was in your top 5?
No. But
what?
My top 5, I tried to make it a little different than you. Christmas Vacation, I've already watched twice this season. I love it. It's one of my favorites. But the ones that I get most excited.
I can't believe you didn't put that in
My number 6.
Whatever.
Yes.
I'm mad.
You're not mad.
Yes, I am.
You're not mad. You want me to do my number 5
Yeah,
or do you
okay.
want to talk more about Christmas?
No, I just think it's a really solid sequel. Sequels usually suck. And the 3rd installment of the Vacation series is awesome, from Julie Louis-Dreyfus characters, who's not that funny, but an important part of the
Todd.
story. Todd and
Margot.
Eddie crushes it. And Chevy is just a genius. And Beverly D'Angelo, number 5.
Okay, my number 5 is the new Grinch with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, good.
And it's not the Grinch with Jim Carrey, and it's not the original Grinch that we all grew up with, which I also love, by the way. But the new Grinch with Benedict Cumberbatch is probably one of the best updates of a movie that I've ever seen as far as holiday movies go. It is warmer. I think there's more characters to love, and I think it's easier to watch. There's just really cute things that happen, great side characters. In the original Grinch, which we all grew up with, he's not very nice to Max until the end. He takes advantage of him and such. And this Grinch he and Max are friends. And of course, Max is still subservient to him. But like, one of the cutest things that my girls and I love is there's this little framed picture of the Grinch and Max together in their house. Like, just little teeny things.
All right, that's my take. You ready for my number 4?
I am.
This is going to come out as a big surprise to everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm guessing most of you have never heard of this, but I'm saying 8-bit.
Yes. Oh, I'm totally not surprised. And the only reason I didn't put it in my top 5 is because I knew you would. I really like it too.
I've never heard of this movie before last year. Your sister and brother-in-law and Maddie and Max said you should watch this thing called 8-bit. It's Neil Patrick Harris. He's in whatever, maybe half of it or a third of it.
Yeah, he's the narrator.
But most of it goes back in time into the 80s.
Perfect.
And we all grew up in the 80s. And it's just like a very well done, funny movie.
Yep.
And also unpredictable. Like, you think you know how it's going to end, and it doesn't end the way you think it's going to end.
And just to read the synopsis,
Please.
In the 1980s Chicago. So that's why we like it too, because they live in Batavia, which is where my sister lives, and they talk about Elmhurst, which is where we live. And they show a lot of Chicago stuff. In 1980s Chicago, a 10-year-old embarks on a quest to get the latest and greatest video game system, which is Nintendo, for Christmas. So that's like the plot. But there's all these subplots, and it's much deeper. And it's Todd and I were watching, and I was like, how are they making this so funny?
Yeah, agreed.
There's like little things that are so funny.
Yeah, I totally agree. And you can't even explain why.
No, I can't explain why.
Good. So if you're like me, I don't know why
is
my
it
computer
talking?
is just doing weird things. If you are like me, you will appreciate this movie because it simply takes place in the 80s.
Yes. And like you said, it's surprising. And Steve Zahn's in it.
Who I love. I'm a big fan.
And he's really funny in the movie. Lots of good people in it.
Who's your number 4?
Yeah, I was debating because I want to say something to everybody. This isn't necessarily, if I had to really talk about my favorite movies, I would say Charlie Brown and all the things from my history. I'm talking about movies I'm watching now.
Okay. So this happens to be your favorite holiday movies right now,
where I'm like excited to watch this, excited to watch that. And I still watch Charlie Brown and everything, but it's almost like Rudolph, Santa Claus. They're like givens. Frosty the Snowman. That's our childhood.
Okay.
And these are more of the movies that are a little newer that I watch. Okay. So I'm going to say my number 4, which I just watched the other night for the first time, and I can't believe I'd never seen it, is The Holiday. And it is Cameron Diaz, Jude Law, Kate Winslet, Jack Black. It's not that it's so great. It's a Nancy Meyers movie. Nancy Meyers did It's Complicated, Something's Gotta Give. And Nancy Meyers' whole thing is like the aesthetic of the movie and like the vibe and like how people's homes look and their clothes and scenery. That's like her thing. And it's not the best of her movies, but I was like, how have I not seen this movie?
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
Yeah. And I think you'd be like, yeah, it's good. 3.5 out of 5 or whatever. It's not like it's the best thing, but it was just enjoyable to have kind of a updated holiday movie to watch. And it's very,
How many years?
oh, it's been out forever.
Yeah. How did we miss this?
I don't know. And I knew it existed.
Mhm.
It's not like I was like, ooh, it's just I never watched it like that. It's like
Never prioritized it.
never
Yeah. All right.
the holiday.
Well done. I can't wait to at some point see that movie, but I have not yet seen it.
We're watching it tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Number 3,
Mhm.
which I'm guessing is in your top 5, which is Love Actually.
Yeah. That is in my top 5.
And I'm getting to the age where I remember loving a movie, but I don't remember exactly what happens, what it's about. I know Hugh Grant is the prime minister
Mm-hmm.
and Hans Gruber is a good guy.
Not really.
Oh, he's not? Oh, is he cheating
Well,
on his wife or
yeah.
something?
He doesn't quite cheat on her, but
Oh,
he
really?
has a plan to. I think it's left because he gets his secretary the necklace.
Oh, okay.
Remember? Or his
yeah.
administrative
I
assistant.
barely remember it, but I like the way it begins
Me
because
too.
they talk about 9/11,
Yeah.
how
The airport.
at the airport.
Why don't you play it?
It might take me a bit to find it. So why don't you talk about it?
Okay. So the thing that's to me fun about Love Actually is it's so many actors coming together, very British actors who we love. And it is warm and it's funny and it's sad. There's a grief story right at the center of it of a wife that has died. This is Liam Neeson's wife and him trying to stay connected to his son, not even his son, it's his stepson. So it's his wife's son. And I'm saying that only because right off the bat, he of course loves this kid and thinks of him as his son, but it's a different family for this boy. And so
I think I got it. Let's see. So it's a bunch of people hugging each other at an airport. That's how the movie opens. And I'm like,
yeah, it's just
how is this
people.
a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Whenever I get gloomy with the state of the world, I think about the arrivals gate at Heathrow Airport. General opinion's starting to make out that we live in a world of hatred and greed. But I don't see that. Seems to me that love is everywhere. Often it's not particularly dignified or newsworthy, but it's always there. Fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, husbands and wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, old friends. When the planes hit the Twin Towers, as far as I know, none of the phone calls from the people on board were messages of hate or revenge. They were all messages of love. If you look for it, I've got a sneaky feeling you'll find that love actually is all around.
It's very ZPR-ish.
It's the truth. It's like why that movie's so powerful. And then it ends on the same note.
What do you think of the title?
Love Actually is
All around.
all around.
Like it, but it's a little deceptive.
Yeah, I'm used to it, so I can't question it.
Yeah.
And then it starts with a wedding and the singers. It's just got so many movies that have all these moments that you can't wait to see. There's so many. And Love Actually has become its own cultural literacy. The guy standing at the door with the note card, the cue cards when she's just reading them because his best friend is in the other room. And it's just got its own.
What about the singer?
I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. Love is all around me, and so does me.
I'm afraid you did it again, Bill.
What was he doing?
He's supposed to say Christmas is all around.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he just can't get it.
Are we watching it? Oh, no, we're not watching it.
Well, I know the girl, you know what? It's okay. Here's something I think a lot of parents will be able to relate to. We love that movie, but my girls get turned off from watching it with us because of the two characters that are in the porno. And I don't,
Sweetie, all Christmas movies should have a little porno.
and the thing is, they're the funniest characters in that they're in this porno together, but they're totally shy with each other and they're struggling to have conversation. But it's an unnecessary story
Yeah.
because everybody else connects to each other.
Yeah.
And to me, it's other people may love that part, but everybody else connects in some way, family or work or whatever. And I just never really loved their story.
So I think it's your turn. But
Okay.
before we do that,
You did it! Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee. Great job, everybody. Yeah, it's great to meet you.
It's great to meet you.
one more.
They're all
Is there
scared.
sugar and syrup?
Yeah.
Then yes.
All right. What do you got?
I'm going to go with the Happiest Season.
No.
So again, a new holiday movie. Kristen Stewart, Dan.
Gable?
No, I'm having a brain
Rather.
problem. No, Levy.
Oh, so close.
And it's a story of two women who are in love. And one of the women, they go home together for the first time, but the home that they go home to, they don't know that they are partners. And so there's some contrived, there's some, like, we've heard this story a million times. One partner's out, the other one isn't. It's a story we've heard a million times, but there's enough in it, really funny moments. And I don't know, there's something about Kristen Stewart in this that I really appreciate because she doesn't do things like this very much. Don't you agree with that? She's always so serious.
I don't really track her that much.
I love Kristen Stewart.
Do you?
Yes. And not in a way where like I have pictures of her in my house, but I just think when she does something, it's usually pretty good. Even Twilight, everybody. I'm a Twilight person. And I just really like it. And surprising. And I love the third sister. I love how everybody's struggling with something. I love how it's total tale of redemption. We haven't been going through the litmus test, but I think it's been pretty easy to make these holiday movies, right?
That's right.
They are.
I totally agree. You ready for mine?
Sure.
Let's see. Here we go.
You're amazing. You figured this all out already.
Hey, business is business. You use a gun, I use a.
Oh, no. My speaker's just.
You're here on a hostile takeover. You grab us for some green mail, but you didn't expect some poison pill was going to be running around in the building. Am I right? Hans, Bobby, I'm your white knight.
I must have missed 60 minutes. What are you saying?
What are you saying?
The guy upstairs is fucking things up.
Oh, no.
I can give him to you.
Hans.
Bobby.
I must have missed something.
So in case you're not familiar with that's Ellis from a movie called Die Hard, 19 or what year do you think that was?
I don't know, a long time ago.
I don't know.
Because we've had 80 Die Hard since. I love Die Hard. It is a Christmas movie to me. It's probably my favorite one to watch.
1988.
High school.
Unbelievable.
There's some clips.
Our computer's just stupid right
Okay.
now.
That is my number 2, Todd.
Okay. It's both of our number 2s.
Wow.
Great minds think alike, babe.
Yeah, I love Die Hard. And we're watching that tonight
And we
again.
might both have the same one for number 1.
Are you taking my number 1?
Are you taking my number 1?
My number 1 is The Family Stone.
Oh, no. Okay. We're fine then.
Okay. So my number 1 is The Family Stone. I try to get everyone in my family to
How'd that work out last night?
ever work. Skylar watched it with us last night. I think JC watched it a few years ago with me. I thought Cameron was going to watch it last night, but then she had to clean her room or something. The reason I want them to sit down and watch it is they will love it. It is, and I'm going to say to everybody listening, if you haven't seen The Family Stone, I think most of you probably have because it's on Hulu right now. They're really pushing it as a holiday movie to watch, but it is, to me, a well done, not cheaply made holiday movie.
Yeah.
It's like a movie. You don't have to wait till the holidays to watch it. My favorite character in it is Luke Wilson, who adds the most humor and the most warmth. And we got some good Sarah Jessica Parker stuff, good Rachel McAdams. And then, of course, we've got Craig T. Nelson and we got Diane Keaton. Like, it's just a great holiday movie.
I agree.
That's my number 1, Todd.
Nice job, babe.
What is your number 1?
Come on.
You already said Christmas Vacation. Elf?
Oh, I'm going to play the trailer. Oh, no, I'm going to play the ending.
Elf is your favorite Christmas movie?
No.
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life. I cry all the time.
What's the last line? A man with friends is never poor, or something like that. There's something like really wonderful.
Yeah, that the angel leaves him.
What's
Clarence.
Clarence, the angel. Oh, I'm gonna read it right now.
Clarence's note.
Remember, no man is a failure who has friends.
Yeah, and his friends so show up for him. And I have to say, so It's a Wonderful Life is one of my favorite movies. We watch it on Christmas Eve. So we have a tradition around it. Todd went to see it for the very first time 10 years ago.
Mhm.
That was 10 years ago, Todd. It showed up in my Facebook.
It's because Noreen came over to
Yep.
babysit for us because she was mad that I'd never seen it. So
Yep.
she's, I'm babysitting for you. It's playing at the local movie theater.
Go see it.
Go see it. And I thought it was like to be some old bad movie, and it turned out it was some old awesome movie.
It's amazing. That's a classic for a reason, and I'm totally with you. And you think that Donna, what's her name? Donna.
I think she's gorgeous.
Yeah, he's always she's so gorgeous.
She is so
What's her
gorgeous.
last name?
Donna Reed?
Reeves. Donna Reed.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
Donna
Donna
Reed. But it's a
I
great,
usually don't think people from the olden days, and I guess that's the 1950s here, are that attractive
because they feel old to us. Yeah.
but somehow she breaks through that for me.
Maybe you knew her in a previous life.
Never know. Who
You
knows?
never know. But the one thing I will say is when I watch it, it is hard what he goes through.
Oh yeah.
He has so many opportunities to break out of his town, and he can't even go on his honeymoon. I struggle every time I'm watching. I'm like, this is not fair.
I know.
And yet when you really get to it,
Such is life.
it's such his life, and everybody has noticed
Mhm.
I think sometimes when we're like, everybody else gets to do what they want and I don't get to, but people notice
Yeah.
what you do for them. And my favorite plot of that movie is the guy he works for, the pharmacist.
Yes. I forget
the
his name.
best part of the story where he thanks him.
Yeah.